Neighbours has been on the air for 37 years, having begun broadcasting in 1985, and the finale of the Channel 5 soap paid homage to its origins. With all the characters having their stories wrapped up for the double bill installment, there was only one way the Australian serial drama could come to an end. As there are no more episodes of the show to come, it seemed most of the residents of Ramsay Street got their happy endings. But did you miss any of the finer details? How did Neighbours end? To kickstart the episode, it seemed everyone apart from Susan Kennedy, played by Jackie Woodburn, and Carl Kennedy, Alan Fletcher, were going to leave Ramsay Street. As the finale continued to gather faces from the past thick and fast, including Jane Harris, Annie Jones, former Flame Mike Young, Guy Pearce, and her friends Scott Robinson, Jason Donovan, and Charlene Robinson, Kylie Minogue. However, this still didn't eclipse the main storyline of the double episode, which featured around Toadie Rebecca, Ryan Maloney, marrying his partner, Melanie Pearson, Lucinda Cowden. Susan was on hand to officiate the ceremony, with their friends and loved ones gathering around to watch them exchange their vows. In the midst of all this, Therese Willis, Rebecca Elmalolu, finally decided to forgive Paul Robinson, Stefan Dennis, for all his wrongdoings and admitted he was the love of her life. With vows exchanged and couples reunited, it was time for the residents to return to Ramsay Street, where even more old faces returned and some exciting news was revealed. To begin the final part of the feature-length episode, the entire cast gathered in the Kennedys' front room to watch a video from some old friends who wanted to wish the happy couple all the best for the future. This included Libby Kennedy, Kim Valentine, Billy Kennedy, Jesse Spencer, Donna Friedman, Margot Robbie, Nina Tucker, Delta Goodrum, and Stephanie Scully, Carla Bonner, Felicity Scully, Holly Valance, and Beth Brennan, Natalie Imbruglia, are also featured in the video, with a short scene earlier in the episode revealing they had bonded in London, having realised they grew up on Ramsay Street. Taking this trip down memory lane meant a lot to Toadie, as he and Melanie made the decision to take their house off the market and stay. Outside of the Kennedys, everyone was in the party spirit, and it seemed some new relationships were formed, including that of Shane Ramsay, Peter O'Brien, and Izzy Hoyland, Natalie Bassingthwaighte, Chloe Brennan, April Rose Pengilly, finally decided she was going to give a romance with Ellie Conway, Jodie Anasta, in Sydney after putting number 24 on the market. The house was subsequently bought by Mike, who, after being given a tour around Ramsay Street by former Flame Jane, decided he wanted to move back to Erinsborough and give things another go with the soap stalwart. With everyone in high spirits, Paul finally announced he was not going to be moving to New York, as he and Therese wanted to stay and continued with their lives where their relationship started. As Shane had agreed to pull out of a previous deal to buy Lassiter's Hotel, the Robinson empire could continue to flourish. Paul's son David Tanaka, Taka Yahanda, was still in two minds about whether he and his husband Darren Brennan, Matt Wilson, his brother Leo Tanaka, Tim Pano, and the mother of his child, Nicolette Stone, Charlotte Chimes, should still make the move. With Nicolette wanting to continue her relationship with Carrie Durant, Gemma Bird Matheson, the decision was made and everyone was happy to be staying. Even the Rodwells decided they were going to stay on Ramsay Street, meaning it was only Chloe's house which was available to sell. It was on the balcony of number 26 where Scott and Charlene were finally reunited with Jane, Mike, Paul and Harold Bishop, Ian Smith. Before the show could come to an end completely, Susan made hers and the final entry into the Ramsay Street history book. The words she was seen writing down became a monologue to narrate the final scene of the show, with some surprises in store for longtime fans. As she watched the current residents of Ramsay Street enjoying the celebrations from the wedding, she also saw the ghosts of those who had gone before. This included the love of Harold's life and Charlene's mother, Madge Bishop, Anne Charleston, and Toadie's late wife, Sonia Rebecca, Eve Murray. Many more ghosts, including that of Finn Kelly's, Rob Mills, made an appearance, and there were several other familiar faces in the backdrop of the celebrations. Ending the monologue, Susan said, "Everyone deserves a place in the history of Ramsay Street. Even those who watched us from afar. How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Ian Beale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car which caused his death? How many times has Corey's Steve MacDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? Who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kirk Benson, but who is he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phil in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air together. We have been the perfect blend, she said before the show's theme tune started to play, with confetti raining down on the residents of Ramsay Street. As the theme tune came to an end, a message came up on the screen which read, "Thank you for loving us, we love you." This marked the ending of a program which has been on the air, 5 times a week, for the past 3.5 decades. The cast has spoken out since filming came to an end of what they have been up to since the cameras stopped rolling. The actress who played Susan, Jackie, explained, "My own life is very low-key, just how I like it. I've never been a show-busy person, so I'm going to enjoy that for a while. I honestly don't know if she'll cast a long shadow, but I'd like the next work thing I do to be very different from Susan," she told Radio Times. "An evil psychopath is top of my wish list. But I'm in no rush to do anything just yet." The actress who played Therese, Rebecca, also said, "I've always wanted to play an Aussie cop. I love British cop shows. My husband and I are addicted to Happy Valley with Sarah Lancashire, we love those sorts of shows, so I'd love to play a detective or a cop in one of those types of shows." The actress who played Melanie, Lucinda, told Digital Spy, "I hope there is life after Neighbours. I've got a couple of little things up my sleeve. I've been working on a podcast with a friend I used to do comedy with, and I'll let everyone know about that. It's bound to be soap-based. He'll have some sort of soap element to it. I'm going to do a little bit of writing and make a bit of my own work, in case nobody else gives me any. I do voiceovers as well. I also love doing animation, which is great fun." The actor who played David, Takaya added in an interview with Digital Spy, "Ultimately I want to keep acting and am hoping some roles come along that gives me that opportunity. I hope the audience comes along with me, keeps enjoying my work and sees me in a different light playing different characters." Although there have been talks of Neighbours being revived in the future, it seems, for now, this is the end of a staple piece of international television.